Welcome to Rom Wills Money Matters. Most businesses are by solopreneurs. You notice I use the term solopreneur. That means simply someone who is they're the sole employee. They're the sole employee. Because despite what you think about businesses out here, the overwhelming majority of them are solopreneurs. The overwhelming majority of them do not have employees. The overwhelming majority. And and I thought about this because I seen someone, and this was a brother, he was talking about black businesses. And he was saying the stat he gave was that out of all the businesses, only 4% have employees. The other 96% don't. And that sounds bad and everything. But then when I looked at it, I said, hold up, let me see. But overall, regardless of race, the highest number I saw who businesses who had just one employee, single employee businesses, was actually 80%. So that means the overwhelming majority of businesses out here just have, they just solopreneurs. There's one person in it. Now, yeah, you get some people who want to work to get employees, and definitely if you had that type of business, you want to work to get to that point. But the reality is most won't. But that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing, because I'm a solopreneur. I'm a solopreneur, which I have, and shoot, I'm proud of. But I'm making enough money. See, it depends. See, if you're a solopreneur, you might not make $1 million, but you basically, you own your job. You own your job. You own your ways of making money. How's that a bad thing? Especially if you're making enough to live on. Say you making like the standard now is 6 figures. Okay, you making 6 figures. Let's say you making 6 figures after you take care of all your business expenses. Oh, you doing real well. Maybe that's all you need. Or depending on where you live, you might not need to make that much. You need to make, pay your rent, mortgage, car note, your basics, and still have money for your business, maybe to go out and do some things. Heck, that's all you need. See, one of the things is, I would say, depending on what you're doing, see, some businesses you do, yeah, you want employees and you want to bill for that. But some, it's basically you own the job. And you can deal with people as you like. Like you might be a massage therapist or something. So you say, okay, let me set up something here. Or you get a lot of like hairdressers, barbers, people like that, salon type of people. In fact, there's a business where people will have they'll get like the real estate and set it up so individual business people can have like their little spot in there, which is good. And they might be making a lot of money. That's good. There's nothing wrong with that. See, understand something. Don't let, sometimes when you look at these business numbers out here, don't get caught up into it. Like I said, this was kind of inspired when I saw the brother was talking about, well, only 4% of black businesses have employees. Okay. Are the rest making money? Because every business, in fact, every business might not be set up for that. Like I'll use the hair thing, barbers and beauty stylists and stuff like that. They might have like that little spot someplace, but boom, they're making money. Or people who do vending. A lot of vendors are solo, they're solo, but they're making money. And it might be what they want because, everybody isn't built to be a boss. Everybody isn't built for that, Everybody might not want to deal with all the stuff you got to deal with because when you have employees, well, you still have to pay them. Even if you're paying them with just 1099s, you got to do a lot of tax. And then you got to deal with a lot of stuff. And then, I don't care, even the best business is going to have some bad employees or some employees who are going to just leave or not show up. It's a lot to it. And some people can deal with that. Some people can't. Don't feel like you should build anything up to that point where you have to, especially if that's not the nature of your particular business, Because depending on what you're doing, you could be independent. You could be a personal trainer. Like I know I've actually talked to some personal trainers. They own like little spots where people can come in. You don't need someone extra. You know, it depends, especially if you're providing services. Like products, yeah, you might, you know, you can have a lot of artisans there, but products you might be good to like expand that. But services, especially if you're providing it yourself, and you might be good with that. Depends on, like I said, where you live, what part of the country, how much you got to pay for everything else, and you make a lot of money that way. Nothing wrong with that at all. But it's just a reality. Most businesses out here are not employee-based, despite all the businesses you think, because people don't realize, you know, we see the corporations. We definitely see, you know, businesses that are traded publicly. We see the corporations, we see the corner store, we see all that. But people don't realize the number of businesses that there are, where somebody, you know, they're a solopreneur, you know, or they could be a solopreneur when they work in a 9-to-5 job. A lot of people have side businesses. It's still a business. You know, the bottom line is the business successful? That's the bottom line. Like what I do, I'm a solopreneur. Now, yeah, I could create some jobs within my business. I actually could. But trust me, it would be for my family. It would be for my family. But for the time being, I don't need to do that. I can do everything myself, therefore save money. You know, and I might expand to the point I need create an employee level business. I might. But then again, right now, I don't need to. And that could be your business too, depending on what you're doing. I mean, and you know, some businesses pop in my head. Like this one gentleman I saw, like where I used to live, and he was cleaning a car. He had a mobile detailing service. He was a solopreneur. But you know, you can make a lot of money that way, just detailing. Just coming to some place and detailing. You know, it depends on what you're doing and everything. And like I say, if you want to expand your business to have employees, yeah, that's up to you. You got to look at it, because you do got to do a lot of extra work. It ain't just like, oh, okay, let me get some employees. Nah, because then you got to worry about human resources, and depending on the size of your business, you might have to get health insurance. There's a lot of little extra, you know. And some people, you know what, some people just want to do their business, do their thing, and be done with it. Ain't nothing wrong with that, you know, because it's the majority. Like I said, the number overall, the highest number I saw was 80%. Now, one thing real quick, I would say do some research on that, because depending on which company or which service or what year, it could be different numbers, but that was the highest number I saw. But that's still the majority. That's still the majority. So you definitely want to think about that. And you know, it's no shame. There's a lot of solopreneurs out there that making money, making enough money to live on, making even 6 figures. And they're happy with it. Because that's the bottom line with a business. Whatever business you're in, it need to be something you feel good about. Because you have to stick with it. Because, you know, first of all, like I said this week, you had to work. You had to work at the business. It takes some work. You know, you might have to sacrifice, you might have to sleep on those air mattresses for a while, and, you know, eat food from, I'll say, cheaper places. You know, you might not be able to go out to some fancy restaurants or anything like that, or buy all those fly clothes. But you still making money. You might have to do all that. But just understand, most businesses are by single employee businesses, and there's nothing wrong with that. It is what it is. So anyway, though, that's all I have for today. Y'all know the deal. Let's go make that money.